Hi guys! Welcome back to our channel. People steal for all kinds of reasons. Some people want money, some people want revenge, and some people just want to be cool. Especially after seeing movies about thieves that look like James Bond. But the reality is quite different. Even the most elaborate robbery can have small flaws. If these criminals' plan was to become YouTube stars, they would have done well, thanks to the CCTV. So, let's watch this series of the crime world's epic fails in today's video. In Western countries and some Asian countries like Vietnam, it's normal to bring your shoes or slippers inside, depending on your preferences and the size of your apartment. But also in some other Southeast Asian countries like Singapore, the tradition is different. Shoes are usually stored on shelves outside of the apartment, and it's also normal that they don't bring in shoes that have gone outside to the house to prevent the floor from getting dirty. This is nothing worth mentioning, but it turns out that it makes people aware of a new stealing habit, which is the hobby of stealing shoes. It's true that with humans, anything can happen. This video was recorded by a home security camera and then posted on Facebook. It shows two girls silently and hurriedly rummaging through the shelves of other people's shoes. Both were barefoot and were looking for the perfect shoes for them. Then because of the noise, the two girls ran away without taking anything. Anything can happen in this world. This guy might be a thief, but he certainly knows a lot about dancing. It looks like the guy loves dancing more than stealing. This security camera video was posted by Washington, D.C. police. It shows a man in a blue jacket first cautiously looking around. Everyone would think this is normal warning sign of a thief before taking action. But no, you're wrong. He suddenly started dancing on someone else's porch. Looks like this guy dances well too. Do you know what happened after that? You think he would break through the door to break into the house. But no, he just picked up other people's packages and put them into a black Land Rover and left. More importantly, this burglary happened at 1 p.m. on a Sunday, which isn't the perfect time for any criminal activity. I don't even know what was going through this guy's mind. Even so, the police took the case seriously and offered a $1,000 reward for any information about this thief. There are different types of thieves. Don't think that a thief can't act cute. Many robbers hide their faces with a mask to avoid being recorded by cameras. But this criminal was a bit more funny because the thief used his giant Mascot head as a mask. What's the surprise? This was a girl, and she stole some items without understanding what they're used for. The head was cumbersome, making the landlord laugh at the video, but the police worked very seriously. They asked people to share any information about the perpetrator's identity. Since the incident happened on December 18 before Christmas, the police promised that Santa Claus would give the prize. If you are still laughing about her mascot bare head, we'll give you a chance to laugh with an even better story. At around 2 a.m., a man in a giraffe's costume walked into the Grace building of a non-profit organization and started trying on clothes. Meanwhile, he had brought a donut to enjoy and left a piece on the counter. CEO Barbara Lee was upset about the robbery. But the organization's employees that help people with mental illness and addiction are more interested in the giraffe guy. They think he seems to have some psychological problems. Do you have the more humane view of the employees of this non-profit organization? Alright, stop. Stop laughing at that guy. People can steal anything, but stealing things from the hands of someone with good martial arts and fighting skills is a bad idea. If your target is a martial arts master, then condolences. This move hasn't been carefully prepared. Meredith Livengood, the woman in this video, has been taking outdoor self-defense lessons. But of course, she has no desire to show off her skills at all. Sadly, her student turned out to be a thief. When Meredith Livengood pulled out her phone to show the boy the practice schedule, he snatched it from her hand and tried to escape on his bike. Of course, Meredith easily stopped the thief and forced him to drop the phone. What's the lesson? Never underestimate the women around, especially the women who practice martial arts. Imagine you are at the bank on a boring day and suddenly, a robber comes in with a toy gun. That's exactly what happened in London. James was at the bank when Andrew Fernandez entered and started waving around his gun, asking for money. But since it didn't look real at all, James decided to take the risk. He asked the criminal to leave, and when the robber tried to run away, James chased him with a fire extinguisher. Crowley, who was closer, knocks the criminal on the street and called James. Then the police came. For Fernandez, it was definitely a day full of bad luck. Before watching this video, we want to remind you absolutely not to feel pity for thieves and robbers. This video was filmed at a shopping mall in Australia, where a young thief snatched the handbag of a woman in her 50s. The guy ran away, but didn't notice a glass door and crashed into it. The thief was helped by an accomplice, but it's not easy to move when you've been knocked out by a glass door. The criminals then intimidated the witnesses with a gun and stole a green Lexus and left the scene very quickly. Expensive precious jewelry is always a lucrative target for thieves. So 52-year-old Ronald Purley walked into a jewelry store to steal a $3,200 diamond ring. But the staff soon found out and asked him to return the jewelry. But do you know what he did? He swallowed the ring. Maybe in that moment of panic, he couldn't consciously think of anything else to do. Although it was a very bad idea. When the police arrived, Purley denied everything. He said there was no ring and he didn't see anything. Police were ordered to search, and the suspect was taken to hospital for x-rays. Doctors confirmed that Purley actually swallowed an object in the shape of a ring. How did it end after that? You can probably guess. Hello, prison. We said above that you shouldn't underestimate women. That's right, and it includes old women. This is a video of a gangster raiding a jewelry store. But unfortunately, Mrs. Timpson was there. The 71-year-old woman stopped the criminals herself. This brave old woman rushed across the street and started hitting the bandits with her handbag. Footage of the onslaught was shared worldwide and received hundreds of thousands of views on YouTube. One man was arrested at the scene, and 4 others were brought to the Royal Court of Northampton in connection with other robberies and car thefts. You must immediately give a round of applause to this brave woman. An unknown guy hit a man in the head with a stone and tried to escape, but the police obviously wouldn't allow that while they were nearby. Officers chased the suspect and cornered him. The police and the criminal were only separated by a fence, and an officer told him to climb over the fence to confess. The suspect obeyed, but pitifully. When he was halfway up, his pants got stuck up in the fence and were torn. The situation makes people laugh cheerfully because it's what a violent criminal deserves. The police officer helped him down, but they didn't treat his pants very politely. If you think knight is a word from the past, then we bring you a medieval modern warrior who wants to make a quick buck here. A man named Richard committed a burglary in his neighborhood in Louisiana. But what does this story have to do with knights? Knights must act like superheroes to save the world. Wait, this guy didn't have a mask, so he decided to hide his face under a big bucket instead. That's why we call it funny. I wonder what this man was thinking, as obviously the bucket wasn't working as expected. Security cameras captured his face, and it helped police identify the criminal. He was later arrested at home on charges of theft. Even the police officers had to laugh with his shovel head. Many orchestrated robberies look very elaborate and epic, and this one started as one of them. A man tried to pull an ATM out of a store in Townsville. The thief parked his cart, prepared the rope, and broke the glass. All of this would be perfect without one small mistake. He forgot to tie the chain to the ATM, and after realizing his mistake, it was a bit late. After a while, the criminal came back, trying to connect the chain. But the car was parked too far, and the 2 parts of the chain couldn't be connected. The man eventually gave up and left. It's unlucky, right? Preparation seemed thorough, but the results weren't satisfactory at all. Thank you all for watching the video. If you found this video interesting, don't hesitate to give me a like and share it with everyone. To stay up to date with the latest news from our channel, please click the red button subscribe and click the bell image on the side. And now it's time to say goodbye and see you in the next videos.